Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago to our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited and the Ministry of Communications. I'm Nicola Barito. Let's take a look at the headlines. A family court and a youth court in the Trin City area. The Minister of Justice consults with residents. A community morale building event, the objective of the Laventil Fun and Family Day. And the city of San Fernando celebrates its vibrant culture. Thank you so much for joining us. Plans are being considered to construct a family court and youth court in the Trin City area. This has been revealed by Minister of Justice, Senator the Honourable Chrislyn Moore, during a consultation with residents on the matter.
Justice Minister Chrislyn Moore says the Trin City Judicial Complex, once built, will be used as a family and youth court. The complex has been on the state's agenda since 2006, when land was purchased to cater for the construction of the facility. As this government looks to turn the plan into reality, Senator Moore says the decision has been made to turn the complex into one which will ably serve the needs of the area. She believes her ministry's decision to transform the complex to one which deals with family and youth matters will also help point this nation's justice system in the right direction.
We have considered that designating a different purpose for the complex, one which is family-centric, would meet the needs of the area, in addition to which it would also contribute to the ministry achieving its overarching goals of modernizing the judicial system and bringing international best practices to bear.
Minister Moore says the court will attempt to bring change to the type of justice usually meted out. She explains the proposed court will aim to fix perpetrators and solve problems instead of simply punishing guilty parties.
The goal of such a facility, as is the goal of the family court, is to really move away from the idea of perhaps a punitive delivery system of justice to a more restorative delivery of justice, a more holistic delivery of justice in, if I may use a commercial term, in a niche market setting. More nuanced approach is needed, as you would imagine, when you're dealing with families, and in particular when you deal with children. And this is what we hope the complex would be able to provide. So that the emphasis will be on rehabilitation, restoration, healing, forgiveness, and the reintegration of the family unit with itself and with communities.
Gregory McBurney, News 4.
The Ministry of National Security hosted the first ever Laventil Fun and Family Day on the weekend. The event at the Queen's Park Savannah drew residents of East Port of Spain in their thousands as they came out to partake in the community morale building event. Bring out your love and come,
and join the love generation. Daughters and sons of the Laventil community came together to enjoy themselves at the Queen's Park Savannah for the Laventil Fun and Family Day. The event was put on to encourage camaraderie and help members of the community improve their lives. Residents were encouraged to sign up for jobs and training with the many government and private organizations present. At the event were representatives of various government ministries and organizations, including the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Sport, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Youth Empowerment Through Quality Training Program, or YTEP, Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission, T&TEC, and the Telecommunications Services of Trinidad and Tobago, TSTT. Persons were also shown home gardening tips and techniques they can use to grow their own food. Minister of National Security, the Honourable Jack Warner, described the event as a resounding success and expressed his pleasure with the amount of young people in attendance. He says the vast number of job vacancies advertised at the event, which young people from the community could have taken advantage of, was eye-opening and made him even happier. The Fun and Family Day had something for everyone in the community, with a sports and recreation area, a children's Christmas play park, the arts and culinary market, a community education area, and a career fair area. Olympic gold medalist Keyshawn Walcott was also at the fair and led a javelin throwing competition. Patrons were entertained by artists such as two-time Calypso monarch singing Sandra, young Calypso queen Karine Ashe, the Shiv Shakti dancers, Parang band Los Alumnos de San Juan, and the police band. The most heartfelt performance of the day, however, came from young Daniel Gulston. Daniel, son of renowned panist Dane Gulston, touched the hearts of those present with his inspirational performance of John Lennon's Imagine. Gregory McBurney, News 4.
When we come back, 500 new CCTV cameras to assist in the fight against crime. Stay with us. 500 new CCTV cameras will be strategically placed throughout Trinidad and Tobago in a bid to assist in the fight against crime. The Honorable Jack Warner, Minister of National Security, assures this will take place before the end of the year.
Minister Warner says the CCTV system will be implemented in various phases. The first 2 phases will see focus placed on Port of Spain and environs and other areas, the majority of which lie within the East-West corridor. He adds that the cameras are being put in place now to provide safety and security in time for the Christmas and Carnival seasons.
Phase 1 and 2 will involve Laventil, Morva, Barataria, Laventil, Morva, the Beetham, Port of Spain and environs, and Tobago. You also will have San Fernando and Marabella, Torapuna, St. Augustine, Arima, Trin City, Shogunas, Diego Martin, Piti Valley.
The first phase will be done by the Telecommunication Services of Trinidad and Tobago, or TSTT, while the other phases will be done through a bidding process. The other phases will begin next year and will target other areas of the country.
Phase 3 will involve San Fernando, Marabella and environs. Phase 4 will involve Torapuna, St. Augustine, Arima and Trin City. Phase 5, Shogunas, Diego Martin and Piti Valley. Phase 6 will involve Couva, Point Lisas, Separia and Pinal. Phase 7, Point Forte and Labre. And Phase 8 will involve all the other regions.
The CCTV system will feed into 9 police command centers, which will be manned by both police and civilian staff.
You also will have the establishment of police command centers throughout Trinidad and Tobago as well. Where these cameras will feed into these command centers, one shall be established in each police jurisdiction. So you have 9 police jurisdictions, you will have 9 command centers, divisional command centers, all feeding into a central command center. Also, I wish to add that these command centers shall be staffed, managed, and have response teams in them, both by police and civilian officials. You also will have a CCTV operations center as well, one in Trinidad and one in Tobago, and these 2 centers shall be established as a matter of urgency.
Minister Warner says this is just part of a lot of work planned by the ministry to increase security for the nation's citizens.
These cameras, which shall be installed almost immediately to take care of the Port of Spain and environs and Laventil and Morva and Beetham and Tobago areas, will cost the government an average of $5 million per month, $60 million per year. And these cameras will also be working in conjunction with the existing cameras which they have now, some 389 cameras in Port of Spain. Side by side with this, we shall also have rapid response teams. We have also put out tenders for police vehicles.
Although the plan is estimated to cost $60 million annually, the National Security Minister says all surveys indicate the plan will be very successful in the crackdown against crime. Gregory McBurney, News 4.
Trinidad and Tobago will assist St. Lucia in the procurement of laptops for secondary school students. This as the island plans to adopt this government's student laptop program.
Education Minister Dr. The Honorable Tim Gopi Singh says St. Lucia and Trinidad and Tobago will establish a partnership arrangement for the procurement and delivery of laptops and backpack cases for secondary school students. This, he says, comes as a result of the visit by St. Lucia's Education Minister to this country earlier this year.
In January of this year, the Minister of Education, Human Resource Development and Labour, Dr. The Honorable Robert K. Lewis, and his team visited Trinidad and Tobago to share Trinidad and Tobago's experience in the implementation of our ECAL program, which is the laptop program. During this visit, they participated in presentations on the introduction and implementation of the ECAL program, our ECAL program, and visited secondary schools as well as local agents and distributors of laptops.
Minister Gopi Singh says that visit, coupled with this government's commitment to fully engage with the regional integration process, has led to the arrangement which will see this government also providing training and technical assistance to St. Lucia.
Cabinet agreed, 1, that a memorandum of understanding would be signed between the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the government of St. Lucia for the procurement of the 3,300 laptop computers. 2, the government of St. Lucia would reimburse the government of Trinidad and Tobago the expenditure incurred in respect of the procurement of the said laptop computers. And 3, as part of the partnership arrangement, Trinidad and Tobago would provide the technical assistance needed to train the teachers, curriculum officers, and technicians of St. Lucia in the implementation and management of the laptop program.
Gregory McBurney, News 4.
We focus on football and rugby in the Sport Report. That's up next. The fortunes of Trinidad and Tobago football continue to improve as the senior men's national team topped Group 6 in the Caribbean Cup qualifiers semi-final stage. The win versus Cuba at the Dwight York Stadium in Bacolod, Tobago pushed the Warriors unbeaten to an unbeaten record to 6 matches, which will do a lot for their confidence going into the final with Antigua and Barbuda. A second-half strike from substitute Atula Guerra gave the Warriors the win, which ensured that the national team will avoid Cup favourites Jamaica during the group stage of the final. The Caledonia AIA attacker pounced on a misdirected shot from strike partner Richard Roy and made no mistake, it was his second international goal and first in a competitive tournament. The final will be contested from December that should be 7th to 16th, with Trinidad and Tobago in Group A, which also features the host Haiti and Martinique. Group B comprises Jamaica, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, and French Guiana. In some rugby news, Rainbow Sports and Cultural Club from Trainline Marabella captured the Trinidad and Tobago Rugby Football Union National Under-17 Men's 7-a-side rugby title when they defeated Caribs Rugby Club 67-0 in the championship final. Rainbow, who are also the Under-17 League champions, played unbeaten on Saturday at the Queen's Park Savannah in the women's division. Royal Islands capped a great year by adding the National Sevens title to their knockout and league titles. The 3-team women's sevens was competitive and entertaining, with Police finishing second and Caribs in third place. Rudolph Jack, Rainbow president and club founder, congratulated his players on a disciplined and committed performance, which he credited to 3 years of hard work, focusing on the basics on and off the field. According to Mr. Jack, the success is a huge boost for Rainbow and the Trainline community, as it shows the youngsters that honest effort has its rewards. News 4 continues after this. We take you to the United Kingdom, where the Trinidad and Tobago High Commission held its celebration in commemoration of the Festival of Diwali on November 17th at His Excellency's official residence in Hampstead. This year, the celebration took into special account the nation's golden jubilee of independence. High Commissioner Gavin Nicholas, in recognition of the festival's special relevance to the family, opened up his official home for the celebration. Quote, "This is the time of deep familial connection. The home is the center of the family, its base. I felt that there was no more significant place for us to hold this observance than here at the residence." End quote. The chilly autumn afternoons seemed not to deter anyone as people came out in their numbers to join in the festivities. They came from as far as Birmingham and Nottingham to join and celebrate with those from London and its suburbs. Addressing some 300 guests of all ethnicities, religions and social backgrounds, the High Commissioner referred to Mother Lakshmi as the goddess of wealth, prosperity and knowledge, and he quotes, "It is to her we turn for wisdom and understanding in prayer for another successful 50 years as an independent twin island state." His Excellency also encouraged all to think seriously about the message of Diwali as he reflected, "Much like it takes just one deer to banish the dark, it takes one person to make a difference. We need individually to be responsible, and therefore collectively, as a whole, we will move forward." And hundreds of masqueraders filled the streets of San Fernando on the weekend as they came out to launch Carnival 2013 as part of the corporation's 24th anniversary since becoming a city. His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Dr. Navi Muradali, San Fernando Mayor, says this year's celebration is an indication of the vibrant culture the city has to offer to the nation.
San Fernando donned its Carnival Tuesday colors this weekend, 3 months ahead of the 2013 Carnival season. From the young to the young at heart, San Fernandians came out in their numbers to celebrate their hometown's 24th anniversary since becoming a city. Hundreds of revelers paraded Coffee and Cipero streets as they made their way chipping to the sound of Kaiso and soca down to Skinner's Park, where the event culminated to a climax. Soca from guest entertainers Blacks and Iowa George got the crowds moving and in a gear to launch Carnival 2013. Put up your right hand. Show me on your right hand. Your right hand. Trinidad, jump on my head. Trinidad, jump on my head. Jump on my head. Jump up where my people. Time is a good time right now. My name is sure now. Time is a good time now. And I'm in the way of walking and time is a good time. Mayor of the city, Dr. Navi Muradali, describes the celebrations as a prelude to next year's season.
In the words of Ras Commander, he said that Sando is alive. He has a song that says Sando is alive, and I think we have tried to bring back the vigor of San Fernando, because many people have been saying that, you know, the city has gone dormant. It used to have a very festive City Day celebrations, and for some years now, we have not had that. So really, the council decided, you know, let's have the Juve yesterday, Saturday, and let's have that food and street festival today, which really supported the parade of the bands and the launch of the Carnival 2013. We are trying to showcase the talent in the city of San Fernando. We're trying to bring back that arts and culture.
Michael Douglas, head of the Pan Mask Traditions, that focuses on keeping old mask characters, such as the sailors and Indian chiefs, alive, expressed pleasure in the corporation's honoring of the city through the celebration of its culture.
This means to me, for my city, I take it for a fact from my city, I have been playing mass in San Fernando. I'm 67, and I've been playing mass in San Fernando since I was, how old? 10 years old. You understand? And my city, San Fernando, means the world to me. I wouldn't live nowhere else. I love the hills and valleys. I love the atmosphere and the laid-back attitude of the people in San Fernando. This is a beautiful band luncheon, and it's a beautiful city day. You understand what I'm saying? It's a real beautiful city day. I think honoring the city is one of the best things they could have ever done for San Fernando.
Patrons took the time to express their enthusiasm in participating in this year's event.
I would hope that mass in San Fernando would grow, because I really do love the Indian mass, and We don't see any of it in Port of Spain, and I would just hope that San Fernando would be that, I don't even know what word to call it, but I just want the Indian mass to grow because I do like it.
This is good. We like this coming out, the launch of mass.
It is good to see that San Fernando Carnival is uplifting right now.
Minister of Art and Multiculturalism Dr. Lincoln Douglas, in visiting the festivities, describes the city's celebrations as an indication of Carnival 2013 and a representation of culture at local levels.
The Ministry of Arts and Multiculturalism is happy to collaborate with all organizations, including local government, for the advancement of the culture. Of course, we have the National Carnival Commission, which is our frontline agency for supporting Carnival. And so this year we're hoping that there will be an increase in participation of all the regions in terms of what they do for Carnival. And you know, having the increase in Carnival in the various communities also in some ways, some people might say take away from Port of Spain, but it also encourages indigenous participation throughout the country, and that is something that I am highly supportive of too.
City celebrations will continue until the end of the year, when the mayor will host Parang on the Promenade and a children's Christmas parade. Kimberly Ramkalawan, News 4.
That's how we wrap up our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited and the Ministry of Communications. I'm Nicola Barito. Thank you for joining us.